massive breaking news. Tell us.
We told you last night that this was very close. Now it has been agreed. Alejandro Garnacho is going to become a Chelsea player. He's leaving Manchester United. A deal has been agreed. It's going to cost Chelsea a £40 million fixed fee. Now, that is very important because we've been reporting that United valued him around £50 million. But I think Chelsea actually thought he was worth closer to £30 million. And we have reported in the past that Chelsea were considering opening bids of around £25 million. Now, I know some United supporters were very, very angry about those reports because they thought, hey, hold on a second, £25 million for Alejandro Garnacho. What are Chelsea playing at? Well, look, it's all been sorted out now. It is a £40 million fixed fee. United will also retain a 10% sell-on clause for the player. And I think this is a significant deal for Manchester United because they're criticised a lot for not getting enough for players, for not making money from selling players. Well, I think this is the largest ever sale for Manchester United for one of their academy players. So I think from United's perspective, they're very, very happy because £40 million fixed fee is a very good deal for them for a player who really has no future at the club.
Absolutely. That is breaking news. United, James, they're having a nightmare. Will the transfer market save them?
Well, they're close to agreeing a deal with Napoli to ensure Rasmus Højlund is no longer a Manchester United player come next summer. The deal under discussion is a loan plus an obligation to buy, and we understand the deal's worth around £40 million. The reason why I open up with that is because maybe this gives them a bit more freedom in the transfer market. We know that they're unlikely to try to sign a striker unless they saw an opportunity, and that opportunity came with Benjamin Sesko. But having spent the money they have this summer, it's felt like the majority of their work has been done. But based on what we've seen in the opening 3 games of the season, it seems apparent to most Manchester United fans that they need a new goalkeeper, to most Manchester United fans that they need a new midfielder. And I think Manchester United are aware of the amount of work that needs to be done on this squad. But unfortunately, you can't do everything in one transfer window. Even if you have an incredible window, it's so difficult to get all the players you want in because it's so difficult to get the players you don't want out of the football club. And United have so far struggled badly to arrange exits for the likes of Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho. I'm bored of talking about these names because every night we talk about them and often there's no real update because United can't get them out the door for the sort of money they want to. I do think there will be compromises over the course of the next few days, but they're not going to get the money they want, which means that they can go into the market and go to Brighton and say, we'll give you what you want for Carlos Baleba. They can't be doing that right now because they are so restricted because of past activity, because of bad transfers that have gone wrong. They signed Anthony for £70, £80 million. They can't get rid of him, and that's why they can't be as active as they want to be in the final few days of this window, which means whilst they're in talks with Royal Antwerp about signing a goalkeeper in the form of Senna Lemons, he's probably not the sort of goalkeeper which United fans feel they need right now.
I can't get my head around the fact why they're buying him. Why would they buy him, who, we've said it before on the show, means they've just got a string of number 2s?
Yeah, it's funny. At the start of July, we reported interest in Donnarumma from PSG. So does he go to Manchester City on nearing the deadline? I don't know. He would immediately improve that goalkeeping department. Obviously, James mentioned around the 4 o'clock show that there's no guarantee he will be a first teamer this new incoming.
So why buy him?
Don't know. It's an interesting time at Manchester United. It was quite alarming listening to Ruben Amorim post-match yesterday. Really alarming, and because you look at it when the start of the season, they narrowly lost to Manchester United, to Arsenal. Sorry, it was a decent performance, and we said before the season started which clubs would be happy to start the season. I looked at the United's new look front three. I thought, well, I think Manchester United would be pretty happy, but we've just had the Champions League draw here. Got no Manchester United when you've got 5 English teams. I think that's where we are with Manchester United at the moment. It's going to take some time. It's whether this season seen as just another one of rebuilding. But they're going to end up probably like last season. They had probably too many games, as Ruben Amorim kept saying. Now they're going to have the least amount of games in the Premier League.
They had 60 last season. They could have if they go out in the first round of the FA Cup. Only 40 matches this season.
Yeah. Kobbie Mainoo might be sitting on the bench for a few of those. I can't get my head around this one as well. The midfield, Casemiro and Fernandes playing out of position. What is the latest in Mainoo? Could he go?
there's a possibility that he goes. He started yesterday, he played the entire game, but he's not integral to the first team. It doesn't feel like right now, because you look at the changes that Ruben Amorim made in the 2 Premier League matches. Kobbie Mainoo didn't get off the bench in either of them, and he tried a number of different midfield combinations against Fulham, and still Kobbie Mainoo didn't come off the bench. Ruben Amorim feels that he is competing directly for the same position on the pitch as Bruno Fernandes. Last season, Bruno Fernandes started all but 5 of the 60 matches.
But Bruno
they played.
Fernandes is playing out of position. So
But Bruno Fernandes is playing out of position to accommodate the players they've signed.
Yeah.
That may change.
So why sign them then? If Fernandes was their best player in the playing at number 10, why sign 2 number 10s and play him out of position where he's struggling when they've got a player on the bench who's better in that position?
Because when you look at Bruno Amorim's formation, those number 10s are wide number 10s. They're players that need to have pace. That's one thing Bruno Fernandes doesn't have. So the only natural fit, or the most suitable fit for him in that system, is playing in midfield in one of the 2 midfield positions, which means the role of the other midfielder is so important, because defensively you need to do a huge amount. You need to be incredibly mobile, which is why it is slightly head-scratching when you see Casemiro play. But technically, Casemiro is a brilliant player. Yes, physically he's not where he was when he was at Real Madrid at 26, winning all those Champions Leagues, but he is still a player technically who is incredibly gifted. And Ruben Amorim doesn't think that Kobbie Mainoo can play that role that Casemiro does, and he doesn't think, whilst he's good going forward, is quite a good enough or the right profile to play in one of those wide number 10 positions. We know that there's a number of clubs in the Premier League and Europe who are interested in signing Kobbie Mainoo, and we know that United, whilst they don't want to sell him, because of what I've said before about them struggling to sell players, would have to listen to suitable offers, because he's an academy graduate. Pure profit, that would be any money they bank on him, and that would give them more freedom, potentially, if he was to go now. Whilst Ruben Amorim has said that he believes in Kobbie Mainoo more than we think he does. Whilst that's the case, if they get good money for him and they can sign a player who is suited to this system, then that's probably something that makes sense and something that United would have to consider.
Yeah, well, we know that United did look at Brighton's Carlos Baleba to improve their midfield. Well, Fabian Hürzeler was clear on his midfielder's future in his news conference today.
Crazy things can happen in the last week and clubs can get desperate and make big offers, but are you 100% confident that come September the 2nd, Carlos Baleba will still be a Brighton player?
Yes.
Yeah.
If there's a number more than 100, I even would say more than 100, so
fantastic.
I'm
Good
confident, yeah.
Well, that's pretty definitive. Chris,
what's happening with Kobbie Mainoo?
He said he's competing with Bruno.
Getting ready to what? Selling?
Can't
help thinking he doesn't fancy him quite, because he's never really sort of put him in from the beginning. I mean, I know he's had some injury issues. He's not putting him in there. He's gone with Casemiro and Fernandes. I mean, if you said to me what was the one bit of advice, it'd be asked to sort your midfield out. Because